I'm Rebecca Fryer with Kingstonist News. Today's news is brought to you by Wind Farms Flower Fields, Ontario's longest blooming sunflower farm. Bouquet flowers, sunflowers, ice cream, and more. Here's what's making headlines today, August 8th, 2022. The Wolfe Island Ferry continues to suffer significant staffing shortages this summer and once again narrowly avoided having to cancel a day of service on Sunday, August 7th due to a shortage of qualified staff members. Shortly after midnight on Sunday, the Ministry of Transportation announced the ferry would be out of service later that morning from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. and would only be available for emergency trips. But then, shortly after 8 a.m., the MTO announced a qualified staff member had been procured and that ferry service would resume, but understandably be off schedule. $300,000 is the price tag that Kingston Fire and Rescue investigators have put on the fire that destroyed Modern Primitives boutique shop in downtown Kingston on August 4th. Kingston Fire and Rescue say they were called to the scene around 7:30 a.m. and discovered a tarp structure fully engulfed at the rear of the building. KFR says the flames then spread into the store and a vacant apartment above the shop. Thankfully, no injuries were reported and no tenants were displaced as a result of the blaze. Kingston Fire and Rescue say the cause of the fire remains under investigation. A 17-year-old Kingston kid has been arrested and another one is wanted by police following a brief high-speed chase through the city on Friday, August 5th. Police say officers clocked a silver Mitsubishi sedan speeding near Joseph and Patrick Streets around 10:15 on Friday night. Officers attempted to stop the vehicle, but say the driver fled at a high rate of speed, forcing them to call off the chase in the interest of public safety. The vehicle was then spotted at 3rd Avenue and Macdonell, where officers once again attempted to stop the vehicle. However, the driver resisted and rammed a police vehicle in an attempt to flee. But officers were ready and boxed in the car and were able to arrest the driver. Police say the 17-year-old female passenger assaulted an officer and fled on foot, although police say they have positively identified her and are in the process of obtaining a warrant for her arrest. A fiery early morning crash on Highway 401 west of Napanee closed the eastbound lanes of the 401 for most of the day on Friday, August 5th, which meant a nightmare for local commuters and those headed off to the cottage. It was just before 4 a.m. that OPP say a transport truck struck a stationary crash truck that had been set up to alert drivers about upcoming line painting. Police say that 3 people suffered minor injuries as a result of the crash and were treated at the scene. By about 11 a.m., all wreckage had been removed from the road. However, the highway remained closed for most of the day to fix the road, which was heavily damaged as a result of the crash. The road was reopened about 8 p.m. while the investigation into the crash remains ongoing. So far, there is no word on any charges. A 21-year-old Kingston area man faces charges for assault and breach of probation after spitting in the face of a local shelter worker. Around 9:30 a.m. on Wednesday, August 3rd, police say the accused was at One Roof on Albert Street and became agitated during an interaction with staff. Police were called and he was arrested and transported to police headquarters, where he was released with a future court date. And lastly, after 3 years away due to the pandemic, the Kingston Humane Society has announced that they will be opening a new low-cost spay-neuter clinic at the end of the month. The Humane Society says they expect to be able to perform up to 10 procedures per day, but they are working towards being able to offer double that as staff complete more training and education with the renowned ASPCA Spay-Neuter Alliance located in North Carolina. For more on these stories and other headlines, or to submit your own news, visit Kingstonist.com and become a subscriber today. I'm Rebecca Fryer. Have a great one, Kingston.